Nicholas Villars here, aka Super Divorce. Welcome to the Super Divorce channel for another drawing stream where you're going to be watching the Dreamcast, not me drawing. I know. I know. It doesn't make any sense. I understand. I get it. But, no one said we're here to make sense. Nobody said that. I didn't say that. What's up, Carrot? What's good? It's good to be here. That's what's good. It's good to be sitting down and preparing to do a little bit of drawing while I have this stream going. While there's some Royal Rumble on the Dreamcast playing. A rather obscure WWE game. Well, at the time it was actually still WWF, as you can see. They had not gotten the F out yet when this was released. So, looks like we got Taz and Jeff Hardy and Big Show. Who else is in there? What else do we have going? There's Jeff. Thought there was another guy in the mix. Oh, there's Stone Cold. Okay. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? The other night, I was, when I had received these... What's up, Joe? Joe's World's here. Good to see you. The other night, before I was exiting stream, I wanted to share a picture because I was like, you know, I got these... Oh, shit, look at that. Another one. You're spoiling me, Carrot. A $9.99 super chat from Carrot says, hope your day's going better than mine. I was up until 5 in the morning with cold sweats and fever chills. All is good now, though. Yeah. That doesn't sound like much fun. So what happened? You're all good now. Was it just like a one-night bug you came down with, or what happened there? That's pretty shitty. Having the fever chills and such. Sounds like you're able to knock it out with what I'm guessing little ibuprofen. Yeah, it was one of those 24-hour bugs. That was basically my experience with COVID when I got it. I had it back in January. And that's really, I had like one bad night. And after that, it was pretty much like a mild cold. But I only had fever and a little bit of a cough going for like one day. And it was like through the stretch of one night when I felt pretty shitty. Definitely wasn't the worst illness I've ever come down with. Not by a long shot, you know. So, good for me, I guess. I just pounded that povidone iodine rinse right up the nasal passages. And that seemed to knock it out, PDQ. As soon as I started feeling like the first symptoms, I was just pounding that nasal rinse. And my experience of COVID was that I kicked its ass. So keep that in mind. If anyone out there gets COVID, make sure to do your nasal rinse with your povidone iodine. A diluted povidone iodine. You don't want to blast straight iodine up your nose. That would probably burn quite badly. But a nice diluted mix. I don't remember what the mixture was. I feel like it was maybe half a teaspoon in a neti pot full of water, full of crystal clear, bottled water. You don't want to use just tap water in your neti pot for a nasal rinse. You want to use nice, fresh, bottled water, or freshly boiled water if you wanted to go that route. But I think it was half a teaspoon of povidone iodine mixed up in, however much water goes in your neti pot, and just blast those sinuses. Yeah, I'm right. Half a teaspoon. Yeah, they say it was, you're supposed to use 10% or less. So whatever that was, whatever the equation equaled out to, we were under the 10%. So I think you can go as low as like 5%, maybe lower than 5%, maybe 2%. Really, they say just about anything will kill COVID up in the nasal passages. So you don't even have to use iodine if you don't want to. You could use like they say a saline rinse could very well do the trick. Keep that in mind. Where did I have this? Now I can't find it again. So I was, I don't even know if I said what I was trying to do here, what I was looking for. Before I exited the stream the other night, because I received my first super chats from the very generous Carrot, I was like, maybe I should show some example of like piece of art that I've done that doesn't suck. Something that I could hold up to the camera and be like, look, I'm talking about drawing over here, and I'm talking about this comic that I'm going to be crowdfunding. So maybe it'd be good for me to show that I'm not a complete hack, that I do have some ability artistically, and I'm not stringing everyone along here. Here we go. Okay, I found it. So there's one piece I'm particularly proud of that I've drawn, and it's not like from my head. This is one of those ones where I was just basically I wanted to I was just seeing how well I could copy a piece. It was an Appleseed cover, and I think I did a pretty good job of it. Let me see that. You see that there? I think I did a pretty decent job with that one. I didn't trace anything. That's all just me using my hand and my mind to put down on paper. First did pencils and then I inked over top of it. So that's all me. That's all my pencil and inking on that particular drawing. And it's like, okay, well, the book that I do, I want to be filled with shit like this, but just from my own brain, instead of having to copy someone else's shit. Thank you. I hope you'll continue to look forward to this project. Joe said he realizes whoever made emojis made a middle finger one. Yeah, they did. They've got there's like an array of middle fingers you can use, as they offer with pretty much any of the emojis that feature a skin tone. So you can choose your skin tone of choice for your middle finger, which is nice and inclusive. What else did I do? I think I've got something else in here that might be decent enough to show, where I actually took the time to throw some ink on top of something. This is a character from the manga Black Magic. I think that's a pretty decent one right there. I had fun doing that one. I like that. Here's a major that I did from Ghost in the Shell. What I did was I took the pose that Scarlett Johansson was doing on the cover of the Blu-ray and just did it more in the style of the manga, because obviously the character looks quite a bit different. So anyway, I should actually do some shit here. Just thought I would share a couple items with you. When would you ever use a no smoking sign emoji? I guess if you were maybe having a conversation with friends, maybe a friend lamenting the fact that you couldn't smoke at work, and then you decide to throw the no smoking sign in there. If you're a smoker, sometimes it just adds the emoji. I don't know if it's like a predictive, what do they call it? Like a suggestion. Sometimes I'll be typing a word in when I'm texting, and it'll just replace the word I was texting with the emoji, and I have to delete it. It's kind of annoying. It's like, I'll let you know if I want to put an emoji in here. Don't just throw an emoji into the sentence I'm typing, because I don't really use emojis very often. So let me come to you and I'll choose an emoji if I want one. You don't have to insert it for me. There's probably some way that I can turn that off, but I've just not done it. It's more fun to bitch about it. Joe said he is also watching this stream on his TV now. Well, I think it's a good kind of stream to watch on your TV. To watch a TV on your TV is probably the best use of TV that TV could be used for. It's very laggy, is it? Let me see something here. You know, I switched internet providers. It's supposed to be much faster internet. And then half the time, you have problems like this with lag and shit. So what I did was I disconnected from the internet here, and I'm trying to use my provider. Carrot says it's not laggy for me. All right, well, Joe, maybe it's just your internet then. Perhaps, Joe, you should have you tried resetting your router? Have you tried turning it on and off? Well, have you tried turning it on and off? Yeah, that was the very first thing I did, in fact. Well, we're just going to have you do that one more time because, okay. So what you're telling me is I wasted my time by calling you. You actually don't want to help me. You want me to fail. That's basically what they're saying. They want to see you destroyed. They want to end you. Working on some random poses here. See, Jess says it looks pixelated to me, but I assumed it was my phone. Is it still pixelated, Jess? Any better now? Since I have turned off the connection to the homestead internet. Carrot says playing streams on my TV usually causes lag. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's Joe's problem. That could be it. No, it wasn't an issue until you showed your drawings and they were hard to see clearly. Carrot, were the drawings hard to see? We need to find out if this is a problem that everyone had, or if it's just a select issue. We need a larger sample size here. Alright, Carrot says everything's good now. Jess is talking about how Kingdom Hearts is her favorite series in gaming. Carrot says probably the BioShock trilogy. Let's see. I don't believe that I ever played BioShock 2. Definitely played the first one. I played Infinite, but I don't think I ever played BioShock 2. I don't recall ever doing that one. If I did, I've completely forgotten it. Carrot says Bioshock 2 is probably the most forgettable of the bunch. Had the least charm. Still a good game. Joe said, help, I don't know what to do with the screen door in my room. What do you do with it? Well, my first question would be, is the screen door connected to anything? Is the screen door functional? Does the screen door open up into your room? Is it what you're using for your door? Is it perhaps lying over in the corner? Do you have it propped up in your room, just sitting there? Because it's not connected to anything. Okay, so it's not currently being utilized in that respect. Well, so here's one idea. Maybe you can make use of it. Maybe you can replace your current bedroom door with the screen door, and then toss out, you know, the plain regular bedroom door that you have right now. That's one idea. I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just saying it's possible, maybe, depending on the size. Now, if it doesn't fit your door frame, then you're going to have to get rid of that idea. That's not going to work. So if you can't use it, and if you don't feel like replacing your current bedroom door with the screen door, as unorthodox as that might be, Carrot brought up a good point. That is, it might make for better airflow, if that's something you're interested in. If you want more airflow to get into your bedroom, having a screen door instead of a solid wooden bedroom door, I'm guessing it's probably wooden or a faux wood, a screen door would help with the airflow for sure. You just stepped on a sharp plastic piece. Was it a piece of the screen door? If that's the case, then I would say get that thing out of your bedroom as soon as possible, because it sounds like it's a hazard. If you're stepping on this non-functional dilapidated, perhaps, if it's got sharp pieces of plastic sticking out everywhere, if that's the kind of screen door you're dealing with, then you might want to just go ahead and take it out to the curb for the next trash day. Oh, it was a piece of a toy. It was not connected to the screen door. I thought you stepped on a piece of the screen door that was jutting out, as you had it propped up against the wall or something. Maybe a sharp piece was jutting out into your bedroom, and you perhaps walked by and stepped on it. I guess that's not what happened, though. In any event, I don't think that just having an old screen door propped up in your bedroom is probably the best thing to do. I don't think that that's the best place for it. Now, if you don't feel like getting rid of it, if you don't feel like hauling it out for the trash, then maybe you can just, if you have a garage, seems like that might be a good place to prop a door that's not being used. Maybe you want to save it for later. Maybe you can imagine a time down the road when you will use this screen door. If that's the case, then go ahead and take it to the garage. That's going to be my suggestion. Get it out of your bedroom and go put it in your garage. I'm honest with you. I don't know why you would have put the screen door in your bedroom to begin with. That doesn't seem like a good place to store an extra screen door. I would have, like I said, I would have taken that straight to the garage, or maybe even propped it up against the, propped up against the house in the backyard. But keeping it in your bedroom, that just seems like a big inconvenience. And I feel like it would probably weigh heavily on the mind. I understand why you've come to us tonight looking for advice, because that's not something you want to have to deal with. There's a screen door in my bedroom. What the hell do I do with this goddamn screen door? Well, you want to figure that out. Because no one just wants a screen door sitting in their bedroom. You want to get this problem solved, and you want to do it as soon as possible. Here's another idea. If you're not going to use it, lose it. Or rather, sell it. Put it up for sale on Craigslist or something like that on Facebook Marketplace. I'm not on Facebook myself, so that's just me talking out my ass. If you have a Facebook, maybe that's something you'd be interested in. Now Joe's playing a cat piano with his toes. WH. WH. White House. Perhaps. Yeah, I can't recommend that. No. Sometimes you're drawing and you're like, what the shit did I just do? You want to be able to take yourself and slap yourself around a little bit. Come on, man. Get your shit together. You know, my philosophy is to talk to myself in such a way that if I were an instructor giving myself lessons, I would be fired. I think that's a good strategy. That's my approach. Speak to yourself in a way when you're doing something, you're trying to improve at something. Imagine that you were an instructor in a class, and if someone overheard you speaking to a student the way that you're speaking to yourself, where you would be fired immediately. You would never teach another class in your life. That's how I prefer to handle myself when it comes to artistic endeavors. Some people may say that's not a good approach. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't be mean to yourself. You should be very nice to yourself. You're trying your best. Well, I know. I know I'm trying my best, but if it sucks, that's not good enough. It's not going to pass the test. Oh, Carrot, you caved in and started back up on Stranger Things. How far are you? Have you been binging? It's a good choice to get back in on Stranger Things right now. Jess and I just got, the finale from, what would you call this? Season 4, Part 1 is what they're calling it. We just finished the finale last night. Pretty fantastic. Of course, leaves you with a nice big old cliffhanger. Joe's gonna be back. His dog pissed in his room. Oh, that sucks. One of our dogs is notorious for that. We've got to really watch his ass. He's a real prick about pissing on the floor. Did it again a couple nights ago. Trying to keep an eye on him. He goes out plenty too. It's like he does it out of spite. Just to be a dick. Definitely not appreciated. Let's see here. How is this? back. Joe's back. Hopefully the dog piss wasn't too much of a mess. Like I was saying, that's a real pain in the ass. Dogs, animals that just like to destroy your home, you know? No decency. All you do is feed these animals, you take care of them, you take them outside, you clean up their shit, you clean up their piss, and they repay you by defecating, urinating all over your floor, vomiting, and they never help you clean it up, of course. Carrot says I've caught up to 1/4 of season 3. All right, so you're chugging along then. I really liked season 3. Kind of divisive. It seems like some people didn't like it. A lot of people didn't like 2 very much. 2 is probably my least favorite out of all the seasons. My favorite so far, that's a toss-up. Because I love season 1, of course, that's just classic at this point. Season 3, I really liked I liked the mall atmosphere. I liked the story that was going on in 3 and the summertime vibes and all that stuff. And then season 4 has just been fantastic, just across the board. I mean, so it's tough to say what my favorite one is. Yeah, Carrot's definitely tough to top the iconic nature of season one. I mean, it was that was just out of nowhere when that show first came on. Took me by surprise. I was like, this reminds me of a movie or a show that would have come out when I was a kid. Just didn't see stuff like that going on at that particular time. I mean, there's still not a whole lot out there like Stranger Things, where you can tell it's authentic. You know, the people who are creating it, they're doing it out of love for that sort of genre and that vibe and that feel. It wasn't simply a cash grab. When they made that show, I mean, they didn't know if it was going to go past season one, so they kind of had one shot to do things their way. It wasn't put together via focus group. It was written by the Duffer Brothers and has kind of a storied history. I think they go into detail about the history of it and how it came about in this book right here. The world's turned upside down. I have to check that out sometime. Maybe you're out there wondering what's going on over here. You know, like shit like this. Boring stuff. Grindy stuff. Nothing award winning. Nothing like that. Just trying to level up, make myself better. Make myself able to draw off the top of my head. And to get these ideas floating around in my brain, get them out of my brain and down on paper where they belong. See what's going on here. I underestimate how entertaining I am. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you for humoring me. You know, that's nice of you to say. I appreciate it. I have my suspicions, but I'll accept it for now. Here's a bunch of eyes. You know, you got to do stuff like that just to build up your shit. I mean, that takes a lot longer than it looks. I mean, at this stage in the game, the idea is to get to a point where I could sit down and do that in like 5 minutes. I'd like to be that type of artist. Those artists piss me off, but it's always that resentment. It's telling. You know, you see someone in like warm-up sketch, and it looks like something that they spent several months on. And the first inclination, I was like, oh, fuck you. You know, but that is informative, that resentment. Because what it really means is you need to get better. If you were as good as that person, it wouldn't bother you. That's what it means. If you're getting upset when you see things that you know, are better than the shit you're doing, you see artists who are better than you, see people succeeding, if that makes you mad, don't dwell on that. Just notice it and say, okay, well, what that means is I'm noticing something about what this person's doing that they're doing better than I am. So figure out what that is and get to work. And it's that simple. So I don't deny being jealous at times or seeing someone and be like, man, fuck you. That being like the first thought. But from there, what do? You start talking shit about that person, trying to throw them under the bus, make them, make them feel bad. They're not going to. If they're good, they don't give a shit what you have to say. But they shouldn't anyway. But no, don't go out and start talking shit and trying to make a big scene just because you got pwned because someone's doing better than you are. Figure out what they're doing and try and take some notes. That little petty game, that's like for babies. That's what babies do. Don't do that. Don't be a baby. See something here. Thanks to 5 of you thus far who have hit that thumbs up button icon. Thanks for doing that. If you're watching and you have not hit the thumbs up, please take a moment and do that, because that's how YouTube makes decisions. That's how YouTube decides, partially anyway. It's how it factors into their decision making. It informs the mighty algorithm. This channel is worth paying attention to because they get lots of thumbs up. Indeed, Carrot, sometimes it is beneficial to be jealous, being honest with yourself about it, as long as you keep determination to try and surpass them in a healthy way. That's right. Nothing wrong with a little friendly competition. When it comes to yourself, I would say you can be a little more cutthroat. You don't have to worry about being friendly. I don't worry about being friendly with myself. Sometimes it's just time to get mean. Sometimes you gotta get mean and ruthless with yourself and be like, stop fucking around. Get your shit done. Get your head in the game. Because you can take it. You can take that from yourself. You should be able to. And don't go overboard. Don't start saying things like, oh, you suck. You're an asshole for even trying. You might as well give. That is horse shit. Don't do that. Never do that. Always, if you're going to talk shit to yourself, do it in a spirit of moving forward. You know? Never in an attempt to just drag yourself down so you give up or you quit. That's stupid. That's not you. That's giving in to old Mr. Resistance, as Warrior used to say. That's Mr. Resistance coming in, trying to convince you that you're not even worthy of trying. You might as well throw the towel in. Joe's going to put his toth under my pillow because it fell out. I wish you the best. I hope the Toth Fairy brings you oodles and oodles of what? How do you prefer your money? It'd be nice if the Tooth Fairy would come and leave, you know, like a big bag of old coins. Or how about a nice sack of Sacagawea $1 coins? Haven't seen those in a while. The old Sacagawea. Let's see. Unlock the infinite money glitch IRL. Pull your teeth out, and when you leave the tooth underneath your pillow, request that the tooth fairy, leaves you a sack of gold coins. Please leave a sack of gold coins for me when you take this tooth. And then the next time, I don't know how that would work. If you want to go infinite. Well, if you keep going at the dentist and getting dentures, you lose a tooth, you put that under the pillow, you ask for a sack of gold coins from the tooth fairy, and then you go to the dentist, you get the tooth replaced, you get a nice denture. Is a single, I don't know if a single tooth is referred to as one denture. But you get one false tooth, that's another name for it, false tooth. You get your false tooth and then knock that out, and you put that under your pillow, and you request another sack of gold coins, and then you go back to the dentist, you get a new false tooth, you knock that one out, you put that under the pillow, or 3D print your teeth, you could do that too. Save you the trip to the dentist. Infinite money. An infinite money hack in real life. A glitch, if you will. As Carrot said. 3D printed teeth, infinite money. Though, if the tooth fairy found out, then that might end up being problematic. You don't know what happens. I don't know what happens when you wrong the tooth fairy. It could be that the tooth fairy has some sort of punishment in place for people who try to take advantage of the system. Sounds like the premise for perhaps a horror movie. Maybe an R.L. Stine book. About some little chucklehead out there who thinks he's gonna cheat the system, get free money at the expense of the tooth fairy. Literally. Usually when people say at the expense of, they don't mean costing them actual money, but in this case you would be. You cost the tooth fairy money, and tooth fairy comes for you. Joe said egg. Well, actually, I see 3 eggs. So that's in... I'm fact-checking your message, Joe. There are, in fact, 2 eggs. In that one, there's 1 egg in the message above. Carrot says if they made that movie, I'd be very tempted to go see it. A tooth fairy horror movie. I feel like that's been done before. I feel like maybe I saw a tooth fairy horror movie box like at the video store many moons ago. I'd have to look that up. I don't know. Maybe I'll check on that real quick. Because I think I'm about done for tonight. This was a short session, but I wanted to get on here and I wanted to do just at least like 1 page. I got that done. I got that completed. I knew it wasn't going to be a super long drawing session or stream because I was getting started a little late here and I got to get up in the morning, so let me just see. Was there a tooth fairy horror movie? Looks like there's a couple of them. The movie Darkness Falls from 2003 features a vengeful spirit that's taken the form of the Tooth Fairy to exact revenge on the town that lynched her 150 years earlier. Then there's another one here called The Tooth Fairy from 2006. What's this one about? 12-year-old Pamela goes on vacation with her family to a bed and breakfast. The girl who lives next door tells her the true story of the Tooth Fairy. Many years earlier, the evil Tooth Fairy slaughtered a countless number of children to take their teeth, and now she has returned to kill Pamela and anyone else who gets in her way. The Tooth Fairy pursues the victims unrelentingly, which leads to a gruesome collection of events. So there you go. So you've got two. You've got Darkness Falls and you've got the Tooth Fairy. Darkness Falls from 2003 and the Tooth Fairy from 2006. So I mean that sounds right. I probably would have seen that at the video store back in the day. Yeah, check those out, Carrot. You can come back and give me your review. Joe said when you twist your foot and you hear a cramp coming. Ah! Actually meant to say when you feel a cramp coming, not here. When you feel a cramp coming. Oh yeah, you don't want to do that. Like a Charlie horse. I have that happen to my neck sometimes. It's like the worst. Charlie horse right in your throat. Move your head the wrong way or something, or I don't know, when does that happen? I know it happens sometimes because it sucks every time it does. I don't like that. I don't like Charlie horsing. I don't like cramps. But I don't think many people do. I'm sure someone out there has a cramp / Charlie horse fetish. Really try and get that cramp going. No good. Don't get in. That's a bad scene. Stay away from those people. Cramp fetishists. Well, it's, yeah, you don't, you can keep the Charlie horses away with proper, to a great degree, you can keep that away with proper hydration and nutrition. Much more likely to cramp up, to have the old Charlie horse pay you a visit if you're dehydrated. So, if you're having a lot of Charlie horses, try drinking some more water. I would be surprised if cramp fetishists did not exist. I'd be more surprised if they did not exist than I would be if they do. I'm almost certain they're out there somewhere. And if you are, rest assured I am kink shaming you right now. I think that we need to bring kink shaming back. We need to be open about shaming kinks. I'm all for kink shaming, and you know why? Because it's the shaming that made the kink in the first place. It's the shaming that made the kink the kink. If you don't get shamed for it, and if you don't feel slightly off about it, then it's just normal sexual behavior. It's not kinky anymore. Then you lose your kink. Think of all the people who love their kink. If you love kinks, if you love being kinky, then you have to accept the fact that there's part of that, part of the bag there that comes along with it is the fact that if people find out, you're going to get shamed for it. People are going to make fun of you. They're You're gonna get nicknamed after whatever your kink, you know. I don't know. If you're like if you dress up in My Little Pony attire, if you're into that, and then your friends find out and they call you Pony Boy, you say, "Don't kink shame me." Well, you knew exactly what you were getting into. You knew you had a kink, and probably would have described it as such. "Oh yeah, I've got a kink. I just don't tell anyone about it." Well, you hope they don't find out. But it's not. It can't be that they find out and then it's just totally normal, because then it's not a kink anymore. You got to be okay with kink shaming if you have a kink. That's my take on it. That's what I believe. You're free to disagree with me if you want to, but I think that I have a logical line of reasoning there. Joe said 6 years ago I got dinosaur gummies and they were freaking all pickle flavors. Sounds like you got your dinosaur gummies at the local Hot Topic store. Or at that place, I don't know. They make those Jelly Bellies that have all sorts of nasty flavors in them. But I remember seeing those. They were always selling those at Hot Topic back in the day. The vomit flavored jelly beans, popcorn flavored things you would never actually want to eat, but it's just kind of funny, haha, joke you can play on your friend on. Good-natured ribbing, that kind of thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Royal Rumble. Carrot agrees. If you're not ashamed of it, is it even really a kink at that point? That's exactly what I'm saying. There has to be at least some shame connected to the activity, the thing in question, or else it's not kinky. Maybe you were wondering what the booklet looks like for Royal Rumble. Some glossy photographs of The Undertaker and Stone Cold. Explaining the move sets, the specials, the menus. Speaking of kink, this music right here has kind of like that's a little pornographic. It sounds a little like 70s porn music, just a bit. It's got that like funky bass line, and then this part kicks in, and that's like early 2000s kind of nu metal, radio rock. Interesting mix. Joe said, because of that 6 years ago, I don't go to shitty gas stations anymore. Well, yeah, I guess that's one way to avoid getting your pickle-flavored gummies, dinosaur gummies. Stay away from the places that would offer those. Yeah, you're lucky to get a manual these days. Even like a one-page insert is rare. Most of the time, there's just a message written on the back of the cover art that gives you a website to go to. Talked about how bullshit that is. If you order special edition video games, you know, a nice package from like a limited run game, then that's a different story. But your run-of-the-mill retail game, no, they're not giving you a booklet now. They think it's a waste of time. I think it's anything but. All right, well, you know what? Yeah, they got to put the legal mumbo jumbo, all that garbage that no one cares about. My friends, it's about 1:45, so I think I'm going to head off to bed here. Thank you guys for joining me, hanging out for this little bit of time here. Carrot, thanks for the super chat again. I told you I'm gonna do a drawing. I'll have to pull up the stream from when you sent that very first super chat with the, I think it was like a robot emoji or a GIF. But I'm gonna draw a picture of that. I'm gonna post it all over the internet. So it's coming soon. And everyone else, thanks for being here. Please, if you've not done so, like the video, comment below if you got anything, share with your friends, invite other people here for the next stream. Sub to the channel if you haven't done that. Bong the gong for notifications. Hit that little bell so you know when new videos go live and so you know when I go live. The dancing robot. Yeah, dancing robot picture coming soon. All right. My friends, take real good care. Keep kicking ass. Love you lots. Lord willing, I'll be back very soon with another video for you to watch. Carrot, Joe, Jess, everyone else. See you guys. Bye-bye.